Hello, my name is Sam Contrasto, President of Marblite International Corporation. Today, Robert and Court will demonstrate the use of StyroCrete, an EPS decorative and protective coating. StyroCrete is a spray-on system which will provide an assortment of textured finishes. Here are three that we will demonstrate today. Other textures can be achieved with different techniques, such as changing the orifice of the gun, adjusting the volume of material flow, troweling methods, air pressure regulation, the use of stencils or tape, and much more. Following the installation of StyroCrete, Marblite offers a variety of decorative final coat systems as seen here. An example of a colored sealer system utilizing Marblite Stain Seal 500 in a harvest sand formulation is shown here. Other examples follow. We are erecting a temporary 8-foot by 12-foot foam wall consisting of three 4-foot by 8-foot 2-inch EPS panels for demonstration only. Here in the U.S., architects and engineers specify 4.3 to 4.5 pound fiberglass mesh for ICF EPS construction. We are using the 4.3 pound, which has a self-adhesive on one side for easy installation. This product comes in a 450 square foot roll. It is important to install this product for maximum strength.
Okay, good.
With mesh in place and wall masked off, we are now ready to mix StyroCrete. Here we have a 50-pound bag of StyroCrete spray texture and one 5-gallon container of StyroCrete polymer bonding resin concentrate, which will modify a total of 8 bags. We start by opening the bucket of polymer and stirring well. Using an accurate mix and measure container, we draw out 2.5 quarts of StyroCrete bonding resin and place in a 5-gallon bucket. The water content will vary from 4 to 6 quarts depending on thickness, texture desired, and climatic conditions. With the temperature being over 90 degrees Fahrenheit today, Robert has chosen to use 5 quarts of water. Add about 80% of the bag and mix well before adding the remainder 20% in order to avoid overworking the drill. Integral coloration is optional. Here is how we add colorant to StyroCrete. Using a 2-ounce syringe, draw a small quantity of tint and immediately discharge to remove all air pockets from syringe. Draw again past the quantity required and return the correct measurement. Place into bucket and mix well. The spray equipment we will use today is the Graco 1500 texture pump. Graco recommends to prime the pump with a solution of soap and water. Spray out all the soapy water out of the hopper and then pour in the mixed StyroCrete. Continue to spray until the StyroCrete reaches the gun nozzle. At that point, spray the StyroCrete product into the hopper while adjusting the air pressure on the gun and flow rate on the pump. It is advisable to test the spray pattern on the sample piece before attempting on the wall. Texture now established, Sam will spray the first coat directly over the meshed EPS foam. Notice he is spraying from the bottom up, 2 feet to 3 feet wide, and in circular motion for a uniform application. You may use a spray technique that works best for you. Robert the trowel man will join Sam to level off the first coat. This works the product and fills in minor imperfections. Large imperfections are pre-filled and leveled with EPS spray foam. The distance from the spray man to the trowel man is determined by cure drying conditions and thickness of the coating. On this day the temperature was in the low 90s with 1/8 inch thickness, and the trowel man began within 7 feet of the spray man. On cooler days there will be more gap between the men. In areas where the mesh has lifted, bubbled, cut the mesh and retrowel. In this demonstration, the wall being only 12 feet by 8 feet, we waited an hour before the application of a second coat. This stands to reason that on larger projects there may be no waiting between coats. We have elected to minimize the water from 5 quarts to 4 quarts per bag in our second coat. This will provide a thicker spray texture. The polymer content remains the same at 2 1/2 quarts per bag. We have also added 2 capfuls of Marbolite butterscotch retarder to prevent possible material setup in the hose and pump. The second coat mix now ready, we will pour into the hopper and begin to spray similar to the first coat. Pre-test the product as in the first coat and adjust the air pressure, material flow, and gun orifice size. It is important to think uniformity at all stages. Any deviation will produce adverse results. Incidentally, the tip size we are using in this demo is 8 mm. The material and the air pressure are set at maximum for thickness and speed. If there are uneven areas, simply spray over them. If the product has been applied uniform, each 50-pound bag will produce 50 square feet at 1/8 inch thick. If 1/4 is desired, 2 coats are required. The second coat has been applied in a coarse bubble finish, and if the thickness is satisfactory, when dry, it can simply be coated with Marbolite Stain Seal 500 sealer in a choice of color. You may prefer your quality locally available paint sealer product. If you do not want a bubble finish, Robert is skip troweling as shown here to produce a knockdown finish. Notice how he wipes the trowel on each stroke with a wet towel to prevent drag marks. If you have not achieved the 1/4 inch thickness, a third coat is optional. To review, as in the first and second coat mixes, measure the water and polymer accurately. We chose 4 quarts of water and 2 1/2 quarts of polymer. The polymer remains constant. The mix now ready with the addition of 2 capfuls of Marbolite butterscotch retarder, we are ready to apply the final optional third coat. Test and adjust your spray texture on a test panel as standard procedure. An EPS panel is used as a shield to mask 1/3 of this wall, which will remain a knockdown finish, a result of the skip trowel to second coat. The other 2 textures will follow with the application of this third coat. Again, as in the first and second coats, apply in circular motion, making sure of a uniform bubble finish. Robert is now using a well-known technique of trowel, lift, and drag to achieve a grainy stucco stone finish. This texture will vary from trowelman to trowelman. the thickness of the final spray coat, the product viscosity, the temperature, the time allowed between spray coat to trowel step, and the use of butterscotch retarder and more all have an impact on the finish. All produce variable texture results. It is advisable for all trowelmen to learn from each other's style so that the final texture coat remains the same. We have found that troweling immediately after spraying produces the best stucco stone texturing, and waiting approximately 5 minutes, more or less, the best skip trowel knockdown finish. On this temporary wall, we masked off 2 inches off the top. Here we see that our simple steps with Marbalite products have produced a uniform 1/4 inch thickness and 3 desirable texture finish coatings. Skip trowel knockdown, bubble spray course, stucco stone spray trowel. Stain Seal 500 is an acrylic latex waterborne system. It is an air-dry product, therefore it should not be applied on days that water will not evaporate. The surface third and final coating of StyroCrete will cure in as little as 30 minutes in optimum conditions and 4 to 6 hours in cooler, damp conditions. Do not apply paint sealer if not completely dry. Did you notice that the color chosen for the paint is similar to the color chosen for the StyroCrete? All of us at Marbalite hope that this video will help you to fully understand the use of StyroCrete. If you have any questions, we are always available for technical support.